If they could have like added a little bit more effort into Assassin's Creed Mirage's story, it would have been a masterpiece. Because when I was playing this game, I couldn't help but compare it to the original Assassin's Creed that I played back in the days. And let me tell you, Assassin's Creed 1 deserves a remake because it has a phenomenal story. The story of how Altaïr and Malik become good friends over the course of the game is just wild. And the fact that I experienced it in that not so cinematic cutscene era is mind blowing, and it had me emotional. But moving on to Mirage, they did add a lot of modern day stuff, modern day meaning like those cinematics, those mechanics, those gameplay, but they lacked in the story development part because there were lots of characters that could have had better arcs, that could have had their stories finished, but instead they just, I don't know what they did, but it wasn't really satisfying at all. Granted, they did bring back a lot of the stuff from the original game, like the Assassin's Bureaus and the Assassin Masters and all that, but it just didn't land. And there wasn't really a character as interesting as Malik or a character as interesting as the guy who was like the villain in Altair's story in Assassin's Creed Revelations. So for me, this kind of ticked me off because they were promising a back to basics Assassin's Creed game. Yeah, maybe in the gameplay part of things, because the gameplay part of things that did try to make it quite similar, but the story aspect just fell off. It could have been better. I mean, they didn't really explain how the master that they had, the other Bin La Ahad, I forgot her name. This is how forgettable she was, but I still remember Al Mualim's name because that was an interesting character, but he actually had reasons to become evil. But in this story, everyone's evil just for the sake of being evil, and the main villain, well, we only got a glimpse of her and then she's dead. And the other character is like, ah, nah, 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 don't go to that vault and learn the truth about yourself, which is stupid in my opinion, because in Valhalla we see Basim as like this character who has this past, and in this game we see Basim who is gonna become that person, but he never becomes that person because it feels like it was made by different groups. And this is like one of the major criticisms that I had in this game. I really wish they continued Altair's story more than they did with Ezio, because in Revelations they did pick up the game from that ending, but I don't know, I expected better. But I expected them to at least make a full circle around um, Basim's story about how he became evil, how he knew about Eivor, and how he started to go to Valhalla. But I don't know why Valhalla and Mirage feel like two separate games overall. And it was kind of disappointing, and the thing that's happening with Assassin's Creed Shadows is like stupid, more RPG stuff which doesn't suit the series at all. Anyways, this was my thoughts on the matter. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.